I don't know how much research you did. I don't know how deeply you dug down into the Green Bay Packers schedule.
I didn't at all.
Okay.
I could guess who they played.
Well,
I know they beat Seattle.
Well, how about this? So the Broncos' opponents have a combined record of 14-26. The Packers'
thanks
six
to the Colts, not to the Colts. Thanks to the fact that the Ravens can't beat anybody on the last play of the game.
1-6 or whatever, 1-5.
Well, you know the stat about them, don't you? Is they've had the ball with a chance to win or tie in the last 2 minutes in every game.
Yeah.
Their last possession. So they could easily be 5-1, improve the Broncos' record, just to say it. So repeat the record again.
All right, so the Broncos' opponents have a combined record of 14-26. The Packers' opponents have a combined record of 15-26.
So tell me
there's one other thing there. The Packers have won 4 home games and 2 on the road. The Broncos have gone out on the road and won 4 of their 6 games. So why are the Packers being played up as one of these uber teams, along with New England and maybe Cincinnati, whereas the Broncos are being called the worst of the undefeated teams left and the one most likely to be defeated this weekend?
Well, I know that Green Bay has beaten San Diego and Seattle. Tell me who else they played.
I don't have it in front of me. Somebody pull up the Packers schedule.
Would you guess Minnesota? It's a couple of teams in the division. Chicago?
Yeah, they beat Chicago in the opener. I think they did beat Minnesota. All I know is it's a combined record of 15-26 for their opponents.
Well,
I think they beat Kansas City, which is a 2-5 team. So that's 5 of the 6.
Well, I mean, I'd like to see who the other one was, because I'd like to see who they've beaten that's really good.
No. Did Green Bay play Indianapolis? Somebody pull up. Tell them. Just you can tell me.
Bring it up
Did
here.
they play Indianapolis?
No, just tell me who Green Bay has beaten.
Let's see. They beat the Rams.
St. Louis Rams, Chargers.
49ers.
The 49ers, bad team. Chiefs, bad team. Seahawks,
Bears.
and the Bears, a bad team.
Thank you. That's a good point. That is a very good point, because Rams are good. I like the Rams. I think that's a quality team.
Borderline playoff team.
Seattle.
Borderline
whatever you
playoff
think
team
about it.
right now.
No, they're going to be in the playoffs. Somehow they'll figure out a way to get to the playoffs. Chargers aren't very good.
Nope.
Bears aren't any good. The Chiefs aren't any good.
Nope.
And basically, it's a wash.
Yeah.
I would agree.
But you know why Green Bay is being talked up more than the Broncos?
Who they went on the road against? So they went on the road against Kansas City, maybe? No, they didn't go to Kansas City. Bears? They won in Chicago.
They won in San Francisco.
Well, gosh,
No
that's
big
not
deal.
much. It's like they've.
But you know why they're being talked up? It's because they look like a well-balanced team, and they've got a quarterback who's playing at a high level. The Broncos don't look like a balanced team, and the main position on the field right now is playing poorly, and that's the quarterback. So that's why the Packers are being built up the way they're being built up.
Well, during the course
and the
of the week,
Broncos
we
are being
should go-
torn down the way they're being torn down.
Yeah. Well, because Aaron Rodgers is playing high quality, and Peyton Manning is not.
Yeah.
Their running game.
It's okay. It's not great,
Yeah.
and certainly not what they thought it would be.
And
with
you
Eddie
and I
Lacy.
talked about yesterday when Chad Brown was here, you'd have the Broncos wide receivers, at least the top 2, over theirs. They got a better tight end. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
They have a better offensive line.
Yes.
Their defense is not as good as the Broncos, even though I know they're holding opponents to fewer points. But they're playing garbage teams like the Broncos have been.
True. It's not as good a defense as the Broncos. They're certainly not forcing the turnovers the way the Broncos are.
Well, what are you trying to prove by that point?
Well, the point is, you've got 2 6-0 teams, one who have played similar schedules, and the Broncos have won more games on the road, yet the Broncos are being denigrated day in and day out by the local and the national media. But again, there's a reason. The perception might be correct. The quarterback isn't playing well, and it's a quarterback-driven league.
But explain to me something.
And they're a better balanced team. They can run the ball, and they can defend as well.
Let's end this with one thing. We're going to talk about it. Sitting here on Tuesday, correct? Yeah. Do you think the Broncos are going to lose?
I do think they're going to lose.
I'm not making you said
no.
that
I do
yesterday.
think I do think they're going to lose until I see this offense turn things around. I don't think they can keep up with Green Bay's offense. Because you know Aaron Rodgers is going to make a few plays. You know he is. He always does.
But you have just persuaded me that on Tuesday, based on what you've just told me, you have put up such a great argument. You persuaded me today that the Broncos can win this game.
But I also said the perception is correct. Why people like Green Bay and don't like the Broncos as Super Bowl contenders. I believe that perception is correct. I have that perception myself.